Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to True Story Thursday's greatest fucking podcast in the world with the greatest fucking crew in the world. You know who this is. This is the man with the plan, the guy with all the gear and no fucking idea. The truth, the dad bod god, the ball, the beard, and the motherfucking beautiful Piers Austin. And I'm joined by this motley crew of fucking legends, starting off with the man, the myth, the legend, the man himself, the Australian giant legend, giant motherfucking coyote. Plus, we got the one-winged man with the torture, the betting man himself, sucking down those JD and Cokes with an arm in a sling with his ding-a-ling, the man himself, Torture. And we got some jabroni from fucking Amsterdam. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. It is True Story Thursday's greatest pod in the world.
Guten Tag. So far, boys. So far.
Really? Like, baby face and the heels were going on. Dude, I thought he broke his neck. The greatest podcast in the world. Boys,
Here we go.
Welcome back to the greatest podcast in the world, True Story Thursdays. And I'm with some of my amazing fucking friends and going around. We got Coyote, we got Torture, and we got the pussyless man himself, Akel. What's going on, boys?
How we doing, gentlemen?
Hey, brother.
Beautiful legends.
We're
Terrific. Never been better. We're bound to blast.
So can we just address probably last week's episode got a little out of hand, right?
That was my calling. That was
I've
my
heard
fucking
things.
calling. That was my time to fucking shine.
We still haven't found Sarge yet. Where is
Nah,
Sarge?
he's going away. Let's
He's
support him.
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
He's back from the pits of hell.
Bro, I have never seen anyone go as hard as him, bro. And honestly, man, I fucking love Sarge. It was so fun. Last week was kind of insane, bro. Definitely a little bit of a crazy one. But, man, dude, I'm excited to be back on True Story Thursdays. We're going to be going a little bit sober. I've got the Bundaberg tonight that I'm keeping sober and dry. Hey, man, we also got the man himself. He's sitting down there drinking something. Definitely not alcoholic this evening. But, boys, what a fucking week. What a week that we've had, bro. It's been crazy, no?
You reckon?
You're telling me.
You fucking reckon?
It has been a wild week, man. There's been so much going on for all of us. It has been absolutely epic.
Dude,
I
know,
only
bro.
just got back to the third dimension today. I just entered reality again.
Dude, you fucking went all out, bro.
You're
I
somewhere
thought
where you
it's what
don't know
I
where
would do
you
for the
are.
pod. I mean, yeah. I couldn't tell if it was a road or a canal. I was about to almost fell in water 60 times. It's rough out here.
Dude, that was crazy, man. That definitely was crazy. Bro, I've seen the videos that you've sent, and I think we're probably going to get into them shortly. I'm actually just trying to find your videos now, because that was kind of hectic, bro. Like you went full retard. Like no offense.
Look, I don't know about full
And we've
retard.
been
Fucking
cancelled.
91% retard. It was okay. Like, if there's any place to do it, I'm in the retard capital. So we're going to stop saying that word. It's bad.
We do too, man. We're kind of we're so
Yeah.
fucking bad.
He went terrible palsy mode.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I was literally every cafe. There is weed mix on like a table, just a fucking Ziploc bag of weed, fucking just bud, whatever you want. This place is fucking a nightmare. I'm hiding in a Starbucks because I'm scared that there's going to be something else in any one of my items, drinking, food, whatever.
If you start seeing things, you know you're in the wrong place.
That sounds exactly like my fucking heaven, bro, to be honest. I kind of want to be in that place, bro.
It's
so
all
man's
they
heaven.
tell you in school where it's like, be careful, people would spike you drink, and then you get older and go, I wish people spike me drink. This shit's fucking offensive. Like, where are all these people I was warned about in school? Like, I found the women that Johnny Bravo warned me about, and thank God he's goddamn right. But where are all these people Healthy Harold told me about?
Oh, fucking hell. Healthy Harold abandoned me on this one. I don't think he has a residence in Amsterdam.
Hey, he's still
He's
around,
gone.
bro. I seen him last weekend. He's still, last week, sorry. He's still kicking, Healthy Harold.
I think he sold me that brownie.
Wait, are we
Well,
talking
he's going around Blacktown
Are we
selling
talking
stuff.
about Healthy Harold, the giraffe? Are you guys?
Yeah.
The
talking about
giraffe. The giraffe. Yeah.
The giraffe,
Oh,
the drug safe giraffe.
that? Yeah,
He's
yeah,
more-
Healthy Harold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Giraffe is unfair. That's like me calling William Shakespeare a human. Do you know what I mean? He's maybe he's a giraffe, but he's also a philanthropist. He gives to charity. He does a lot of stuff. Healthy Harold is one of my favorite people in the world.
Hey man, hey, let's just take a quick sec just to appreciate our live chat that's decided to join us. We've got Devlin Deskies. I don't know, Disguise. We got Sarge in the house. We got sensational LJ94, man. We got some regulars here that are just jumping in. Keanu. Man, we appreciate you guys. Please make sure you go and share the live out. Let's make this fucking big. We're growing this motherfucking place.
Yeah, my bad, boys. I dropped the ball the last couple of weeks. I haven't been in. My bad.
Yeah, bro, views have been down, bro. Without torture, man, it's pretty rough, bro. I gotta say, but so dude, let me open this up, right? So you've been in Amsterdam, and you've done a little bit of an experiment, right? So a few weeks ago, right, Achilles fucking like dropped a fucking super sticker and said you needed to get fucking high and you needed to do an edible, and this was while you're in New York, and you've gone to the weed capital of the world. You know, like let's get into it, bro. Like you want to sort of explain this and just talk it up a bit.
Okay, yeah, just context wise, like so for anyone who knows me, like people think about edibles, they go, ha ha ha, like I got silly. Like weed genuinely wigs me out, and it has since I've been about 21. Like I've never been able to smoke properly, even if it was just a joint, you know, like whatever it may be. Like so when it comes to edibles, I've only done edibles like on a count on one hand, handful of times I've done it, and every time that I do it, I have these horrible reactions. So $15 for a super sticker. I know that people might say, "Oh, it's just a weed brownie." Fuck it, people do it for fun, bro. This wasn't fun. This wasn't fun for me. It was started off good.
I would have done that shit for free. I would have done that shit for free. Like, I would have been like, yeah, man, I've got no fucking problem in the world doing this shit. But let's get into it, man. There's 3 videos, so let's get into it.
What's up,
Play
True
the
Story
first one
Thursday
first,
crew?
I reckon.
It's AKL here. I'm just about to enter the red light district in the Netherlands. Look, a couple of weeks ago, Achilles put in a super sticker saying I wouldn't do an edible, and he probably thought, you know, this guy bitched out. But Achilles, I ain't no bitch. For anyone who knows me closely, I usually wig out pretty hard on weed in general, not just edibles. But Achilles, challenge accepted. Let's go edible shopping. Everyone would tell me to go this one, you know, because you guys just want to see me like, you just want to see this guy's downfall. I'm going to go with the White Widow Brownie, mid-strong. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so your boy almost ate the actual casing it came in. You'd think I'm stoned already, but let's go. Alright, tastes so chat. Fuck up.
I'm getting PTSD flashbacks already.
Why is there so much crime? Right behind me is the most eloquent palace in Amsterdam. The Royal Palace of Amsterdam. And here is the giant cock monolith in the background there. Said you're trying to find the motive. Why do what I do? I can't tell if it kicked in yet, but like, I'm just feeling genuinely colder. Against all of my better judgment right now, I'm deciding to go to the sex museum. Whoa. Car is stolen, no registration. What the? I just walked all the way up here and the sex museum's closed. Just like my sex life. Producer wants a wife. swear I've literally walked past this giant penis 20 times. I just bought this for €3 out of like a fucking locker or something. I feel like I've been walking for 9 hours. Turns out I've been walking around in a circle this whole time. Like, you don't understand, like, there's not many heroes like me. I risked my life for the pod, you know what I mean? But I'm not in Amsterdam. I'm in a version of hell. I'm in a version of fucking hell right now, and I need fucking help. And I got locked up, won't let me down. Locked up, let me down. The fuck did I get back here? Fuck you, alcoholic Adam. Fuck, boys. Oh. Many, that is dangerous right now. It's the Mitchell Burns special in there. This is like my 40th take, boys. I'm so far from home. Like, every single road you walk down here is just like another river. Everyone looks like a fucking alien. I'm starting to think this is a bad idea, eh? This platform 9 3/4. I'm gonna run through that brick wall right now. I'm gonna fucking die, boys. Send help. I love you, Mom.
All right. Bro, that was hilarious. And to be honest, like,
For you,
dude, I'm gonna get you, like, when you get back to Sydney, we're gonna smoke. We're gonna smoke, you and I. And yeah, I'm going to take you up the mountain of smokeness. Like, trust me, bro. Like, I will be your Sherpa. But where are you right now, by the way?
I'm in a Starbucks in Amsterdam Central. Holy shit!
Yep,
In Amsterdam Central.
Dude,
Sorry, the Starbucks cup is my tripod.
You need to get up and leave right now. You need to adjust your camera because we only see half your head. But I think you need to go and find a proper cafe. And I'm going to open this up, and we haven't spoken about this, but our chat who loves to support us, you need to go now to a weed cafe or a place that does delectables, and we are going to do super stickers. You're going to be challenged, and in the next hour, those eyes are going to be red, and you're going to be smoked out. And we're all.
I'm sitting back down. That is fucking bullshit. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Dude, get fucked up.
The amount of drugs man can do in 24 hours.
I'm actually having flashbacks watching that. It's fucking devastating.
Oh, dude, it's just come on, man, just go smoke a little weed, bro.
It was a wild journey to watch for a guy that's never ever done weed. That must have been a hell of an experience for you.
That's what it does to you. It's fucked. I've never. I enjoyed it.
Boom. 15. Alcoholic Adam dropped $15.
Fuck you, alcoholic Adam.
Hey, bro.
One of the
star on the
craziest things. One of the craziest experiences of my life. I actually really enjoyed. I'll say for the first 40 minutes, I fucking enjoyed it. I fucking enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Right now, if you want to do this super sticker thing, I'm not going to do weed. I'm having a break from weed. I said I would, but mushrooms. Just around the corner.
Yes.
If you want that, I'll do that.
I feel like
T's and C's. Oh shit.
Coyote. Oh shit. Adam's doing it, bro.
No.
To the Torture JD fund. Look, I feel like Coyote is the responsible one here. And when Coyote's not here, I mean, I'm just saying, like, bad shit happens, bro. You don't leave the maniacs in charge of the asylum, but
I know.
The prisoners in charge of the asylum.
We need a chaotic neutral here.
I'm happy to watch the chaos unfold, I'm just thinking of the T's and C's when it comes to streaming and doing this.
Good point.
I mean,
That's a very, very good point.
Okay,
I'm looking at it from 4 years of streaming.
I mean,
that brownie was made in Woolworths in AKL's kitchen with whole grain organic products, and this is purely for entertainment purposes.
If this is what gets us kicked off YouTube, it's pretty fucking good.
I'm just going to say this. So you're going to a place that doesn't do brownie. These things are what you call do mushrooms.
The vegetables.
Yeah, you're going to a vegetable market, and you're going to
vegetable market.
So if you're going to find if you want to see Akel get very full on vegetables, let's go.
Yes.
Oh, he's on that sweet wrestling money, mate. That sweet wrestling money gets you everywhere.
Let's just watch our terminology here, gents.
Yes.
I have the highest rate in the country, mate. Now I'm coming home. It's 300 a show. That's it.
Wow.
Oh, is that all?
I'm taking veteran Tobias Hemmingsworth Jr.'s approach here.
Oh, you should see what I used to do on all my legal action. I'm charging up to $550 a show.
Jesus.
And if they want, apparently I could charge $600. I just need to fix my collar and elbows.
So while Akel's on his journey to the vegetable farm, I want to say this. Like I sent something in our group chat earlier, and Cody's like, "This is the last time I'm doing this fucking thing. I swear to God."
I am a sweet and innocent giant. What have you done to me?
This is a really good Coyote. So I sent something in the group chat today, and like you and I, Coyote, we're gonna have not a debate, but obviously a difference of opinion here, right?
Yeah.
So
sure.
I sent this in, and I said to the group chat, I go, this wrestling entrances at a wedding is cringy as fuck. Like, I get it. Yeah. If you're Cody Rhodes, by all means, walk out to your fucking song at your wedding. Do you, baby?
No, that's worse. That's worse if you walk out to your own song at your wedding. What kind of an egomaniac are you to walk out to your own fucking song at your own wedding?
I'm walking out to goddamn King 810 at my wedding. I think I'm going to
all right, so yeah. Look, for me, I see like a wedding. I'm a married man. I've been married for a long time.
That's right. Yeah, I was going to say
a long time, Mrs. Austin. Love you, baby. So I just feel like to do that at a 21st, cool.
Yeah.
At a wedding, like, because in 20 years' time, like, this is the shit you're going to show your kids and your grandkids, and they're like, why the fuck are you coming out with a fucking toy belt going, the dream is here? Like, fucking just.
No, I agree with you on that part. Like, what I said was, like, I've always joked with the Queen about when we get married, I want to have my own entrance as well. I was like, why do you get to walk down the aisle and everyone gets to check you out? I want to walk down the aisle too and have my moment. And but I'm not doing a full wrestling entrance. Like, good God, no. Like, I agree with you. Like, I've seen people doing the full-on bloodline entrance, you know, sparklers and everyone walking like, you know. That I totally agree with. Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with having a laugh and having like the groom walk down the aisle and then wait at the end of the aisle waiting for the bride. Like, you know, that's different. But doing a full-on wrestling like entrance, yeah, a bit much, especially at a wedding. Maybe entering a reception.
I'm
sure.
Gonna be the guy who's hate.
Go on.
I don't care.
Don't
get me wrong. Me personally, not a fucking chance. I've been married once. Yeah, that went well. Mm-hmm. But personally, if that's what they want to do, it's their day. If that's absolutely what they want to do to celebrate it,
for sure.
Fuck it. Come running you fucking arseless chaps. I'm a sexy boy by fucking Shawn Michaels.
I'll do it. Like, I'll totally come down to Shawn. Michaels is God.
We got a couple of live ones to your audience.
I have been watching I'm obsessed with Shawn Michaels right now. I've literally, after that edible the other night, I got home. I'm staying on a boat right now. I just watched fucking Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, and Shawn Michaels, Triple H. from the Raw one. Oh my god, he is
The whole
such a
Sandman
fucking
gimmick,
good
but
worker.
oh, my missus is full
No,
Sandman
like-
gimmick. I want it with a stick. I want it with a beard. And bang.
You know what? Like, I get coming out and doing like at the reception, but even then, like, but
Yeah.
the cringiest one that I've seen the last couple of weeks is this guy comes out walking down the aisle, stops there, his boys or his groomsmen all fucking gather around him, and then fucking Roman Reigns music starts. There's got a guy being the wise man. He goes, does the whole fucking bloodline entrance, and I'm sitting there going, like, bro, if I was a fucking person at this wedding, I would just be like, I'd be going up to the bride, going, honey, like, really? Like, this is your.
He's carrying his nuts in a fucking wheelbarrow, bro.
Have
He's
you
not
ever-
caring. He's getting good quality pie.
Here's my
got the balls
thoughts.
to do that.
My thoughts on it is right. Like I grew up a wrestling fan, right? I'm still a wrestling fan, but like I have like my mates recently, they're big wrestling fans. They used to watch it with me. I got them into it, right? Now I'm a worker in the business, but I went to Mania 40 and I was with them, and I was like, okay, well, like you got to sort of appreciate. And they had a wedding recently, and they wanted to do the wrestling entrances, and they wanted to give every groomsman an entrance, right?
Oh.
So they gave me Steve Austin, and I was like, these are just things I have to put aside. I have to act like a little bit of a mark so my friend can have a happy day, you know? Like that's how I felt about it.
Yeah,
Gave him Steve Austin.
Good on
you-
you, bro. Good on
Have you
you.
ever
Hats
seen?
off. Hats
Have
off.
you
Good
ever
on
seen the original wrestling wedding spot? Have you ever seen that? I'll see if I'm.
What do you
There's an
mean?
original?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
There's an original. Okay, so you know the part where the celebrants, like, if there's anyone that objects to these people getting married, I'll see if I can find the link. Hold on. I'll see if I can find it.
We got Papa Kelly in the house too, bro. And he says, "Mum said don't."
Hey.
Oh yeah, the mushrooms. Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh,
Bro,
dude.
Hang on, I'll see if I can
Can
find it.
someone please? All I want to do is, if we're gonna do this, someone needs to come out to Kurt Angle music,
Yes.
just so we can
Yes.
all be at the wedding and chant "You suck" as they're coming.
You suck.
Oh, you.
Best-
Oh, that would be hilarious.
That'd be the
The-
best. That's money.
Yes, I found it. Oh, sick. All right, hold on.
Can we play it?
I
or-
wanted to
Yeah,
do the
yeah,
bloody Yo
yeah.
Loco.
Well,
Yes,
just
I'll
before
send
you
it to
play,
the group chat.
just
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you play it, I'll open up one thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, fucking, like those like wedding entrances, cringe. Wrestling gender reveal parties, that's where the fucking money's at.
That's
That
what's
shit's
up.
fucking
Where
awesome.
they have like the person
That's
with the
what's
big
up.
blue flight.
The best. The best.
They're awesome. They are what's up.
Wasn't it Aussie wrestlers that started that? I swear there was a Aussie wrestling.
Was it?
I think
I
so.
swear that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we started that.
Really?
Like Aussie wrestling started that.
Hey, Kel will still
I'm
jack
trying to
if he
think-
did it in the ring too.
Oh, I'm in the middle of Amsterdam. Everyone's looking at me so cooked.
But yeah,
You know what? Maybe you've like find a random person to like let's bring on a random.
So
Let's
Yeah.
going international.
True,
Alright, let me
true,
check.
You know what?
true story.
it's
Street
from
talk
12
with
years
AKL
ago.
Kelly.
12 years ago. So this
Alright,
is
let me
the
check.
first one I ever saw.
Is there
Sex
music
museum is
or?
open.
I think there might be.
Oh, say. Oh my
I think
god.
it's like a minute and a half.
Oh, I got to sign in. Fuck.
Oh
I see.
no! Alright.
Yeah, this is. How was that? True story. Greatest podcast in the world.
Damn right it is.
Hilarious.
Oh, I don't
The
know if
sex
we're going to be
museum
stealing
is
someone else's.
open.
I don't know if this has been like.
No,
What
it's
do you
fair
think?
use. It's fair use.
This was posted 12 years ago, so I think it's fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
it could be
Fair
divorced
use.
or anything by now.
As long as we
Yeah.
As long as we review it.
One could have turned heel on the other. You don't know, all right? KPs don't last forever.
Here we go. Here we go. Can you hear it?
There, what?
There you
Yeah.
go.
And I will love you to the day you die.
Okay, that's kind of. Oh, that's sweet. Look at them. They're such a cute couple.
Just
If
stutters
anyone
him.
has questions why either of these two shall not
Pretty
be
hot.
married, then speak now or forever hold your peace.
Cody's ex-boyfriend, former professional wrestler, PK. What is he doing here? Threat this guy did not want STP. He is ready. I ain't going nowhere, buddy.
Oh, this is brilliant.
No way.
Oh, he's got the transmission.
Oh no! Not yet! That man's got a family! They killed him!
The wife wasn't given the Iggy, and Sarge said the same thing.
Oh my god.
She thought.
She was, yeah.
What was
See, that's
the
actually
last
creative.
man saying? I brought my wife into the business, then I don't got no wife no more.
Oh,
That's what you don't do at a wedding.
dude. That's fucking. I don't know, man. To each their own.
That
to
was
me,
dope.
Yeah.
to me,
That was creative as fuck. I love that.
Yeah.
That was 12 years ago.
That's all.
Yeah.
You gotta think too, like for some people, you think they're going for the same shit. And just to have something like that come up fucking randomly for
Some
me.
of the worst wrestling.
No, it's not. No, it's fucking not.
hey, bro, if you've been to All Star, there you go.
I don't know. There's one that I'm sure me and Akel watched live together at one show that's now been forbidden and banned and cannot be found.
Oh no! Yeah.
No, we're not bringing it up. It cannot be found anymore.
Oh.
But it is possibly the worst wrestling match I've ever seen.
Wow,
And I
dude,
love one of the. I love one of those people in that match. I love one.
I love one of them people to death. Greatest bloke. What's
What's the most? All right, here's a question for you. You ready for this?
Yep.
All right. What is the worst match or craziest match you've ever seen and you've gone, what the hell did I just see?
Anything that's on at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday?
Like the craziest,
because I
craziest
guarantee
and
you-
bad.
like dumb shit.
Yeah, just dumb shit or like why is this a thing? Because I swear to you, I have it beat. No matter.
All right, let's see. So we go. All right, we'll go around. You guys go first because I got to think of it. I've seen a lot of strange shit.
I seen a bloke wrestle a blow up doll, but I found that funny.
Yeah.
Worst match I've ever seen. I don't know, buddy.
Or like just craziest stipulation or like why is this a thing?
The blindfold match. I thought the blindfold match was great. It was Booker T and Triple H on Raw.
Yeah.
The
Rebel
blindfold.
versus-
I so want to do a blindfold match. I thought it was fucking great. But it was so funny to watch.
We can do
I-
that.
So
Rebel
much
versus
what
Shelley.
the fuck at the same time.
That's
But
okay.
if
So
when Edge powerbomb Lita, does anyone remember that?
Yeah, that was
When
Yeah,
Lita
it was
went for
rough
like
as fuck.
the Hurricane Rana, then in that split moment, Eddie decided that Lita must die. Like she just mustn't live anymore.
What about
I-
what about the Dudley boys powerbombing Mae Young to a table off a stage?
Yeah, that was
pretty
fun.
rough.
I wouldn't take that bump.
let me ask you. I got one for you. Sabu, Sandman.
Don't
can't
you dare.
remember- I can't remember the name of the show, but I remember I rewatched it with you and a couple of the boys, Akel, like
We're
a
at
couple
Rad's
months ago.
place.
That's right. We're at
Rad's
Radecki's
place.
house, and Rad's is like, "You've got to see this. This is the greatest shit ever." And the whole time I'm watching, I'm saying, "What in the fuck?" Like they're perked out, coked out, drunked out. What, bro? I don't know what drugs and alcohol they were on that night, bro. But I'll have some.
Well,
The
that's
best is-
match I've seen on ECW was pretty fucked up too when New Jack nearly killed that fucking cunt.
What guy?
Oh, dude. that's
mass
fucked.
transit incident.
Nah, the other one. They had the scaffolding match and he tased him. And he
Oh, Vic Grimes, where he tried to kill Grimes. Yeah.
So you know what?
Yeah.
It's funny that was in XPW, which was
Yeah.
about
Oh, there you
years later. But a bit of backstory on that, and I'll let you guys know. Angel Medina, who was a good friend of mine, he was in ECW and was in DeBaldi's,
Doghouse.
which Vic Grimes was in. And leading to that match, the match was actually New Jack versus DeBaldi's in ECW, and Angel was supposed to come off the top of the thing, not Vic. No, not the scaffold. It was like a entrance or something.
Yeah.
And Angel went there. And he said there was Paulie, Tommy Dreamer, and like New Jack and everyone like that. And they're like, yeah, you'll have to go up there. And he goes, look, I'll go up there, but you need to put, like, he went up there. He said, I can't be stable. You need to put boarding down for me to just have my footing right.
I remember hearing about that.
And they're like, yeah, we'll send someone to the hardware store and they'll sort it out. They go, no one did. So Angel's like, well, I ain't fucking doing it. And Vic Grimes is like, I'll do it. And Angel told me, he was like, go for it, you fat fuck. Go do it. Like, he was just like, he was like, do it. And it happened. And he said afterwards, like after Vic never reached out to Jack, never said, hey, you okay? And there was another match leading back to it, and it was supposed to be like New Jack against the Baldies, and New Jack was going to hit Vic Grimes over the head with a guitar because it exploded. Before the match, Angel's with Jack, and he's putting in hammers, bricks into this guitar. He was loading the guitar because he was going to fucking like go all nuts. And then they changed it, and then Angel was going to be the one taking the guitar. So he goes up to New Jack. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm actually going to be taking the guitar now. And New Jack's like, oh, motherfucker, that pussy got out. That what happened? Blah, blah, blah. And New Jack's like, yeah. By the way, that guitar, bro, you want to just take that? Yeah, bro, I'll do it later, man. Yeah, man, the fuck. He's like, you want me to do that now, please? Because like that was crazy. Like I've heard a lot of Jack stories, man, from him.
Yeah, man. Like, I've heard some interesting stories about Jack, but shit. But
I had
Okay,
all right, let's go.
sorry. No, I was going to say. I wrestled a Kaiju Big Battle just over in New York, one in Philadelphia, and I wrestled as this character called Honey Knot, and it was like this giant big. Mitch, I sent it to you, and I was like, "Can you explain what this is?"
You can't explain this.
Dude, it's the best. I love the Kaiju Big Wrestling is amazing. I tried to get booked on that in 2014, like the New Orleans. Yeah, man, because like Chris Hero is a massive. Like he loved it. He always loved doing those shows. And the whole concept of it. If anyone that hasn't seen it before. Imagine like Godzilla versus Donald Trump in a match, and it's wrestlers in full getup, but the ring is like covered in buildings, like cardboard cutouts, and
it's so good.
You literally slam people onto like the Empire State Building and stuff like that.
It's fucking amazing.
It's crazy. But the match I wanted to tell you guys about, we're going back to 2005 here for Major Impact Wrestling on the Gold Coast.
Mm-hmm.
There was a match between two brothers. Their names were Small Fry, and I think the other one was called Nick Fury or Big Fury or something like that. They were ready. This is cool. They were legit brothers.
Yeah.
They were a dark match before the show.
Yeah.
They were 8 and 12 years old.
No.
Please tell me it wasn't a good match. Please tell me it wasn't a good match. Please tell me it wasn't a good match.
No. I have. I
beat
think
each other down.
Has the DVD of it. I lent him a load of my old Queensland DVDs, but I have footage of it. I legitimately have footage of this match between these two little kids in a basketball stadium, ages 8 and 12, I think, tops.
How was the house?
It wasn't massive. It's when we were doing weekly shows as well, so it was. Yeah, I would have popped it. So that's up there for one of the most strangest bookings I've ever seen.
Wow,
dude,
yeah.
I got to see that. I have to see that footage.
I'll find it. I'm pretty sure Todd Eastman has the DVD at the moment.
How cool is it for those kids?
Yeah.
I was going to say the Kaiju Big Battle show, the guy, the Honey Knot, right? So I wrestled as this like armadillo alien looking thing.
Yes.
And I said do you have any like brief of like what this character, what this character to be?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, just go out there and be New Jack. I was like, be New Jack. All right, cool. So it was a rumble spot. I ran in the ring and then I like got caught under the bottom rope because I couldn't fit in with the costume. God. Then I dived in and then I just sort of started walking like this. And then like there was a fucking like 45 kilo girl like there in the middle of the ring. I looked at her, I stared her down, and I just clotheslined the crap out of her in this fucking thing. And everyone's like, honey, not. So, the best experience of my life.
So
hit a cannonball on some guy, I just went crazy.
Nice.
So, how fast is his shot, bro? Devlin's getting a bit testy, man. I think he's walking into it. Now, look at it.
I think I'm trying to find something. There's a. Can I show these on camera?
No,
no.
it's not fair.
No,
because it's a
No.
conflict of interest for businesses, bro. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
prices and stuff. Like, we can't be showing Woolies that you're getting organic mustard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or Mongo.
Hang on, Piers. I need to fucking tell someone off. Bring that comment up.
Wait,
Don't
what?
disrespect Mongo like that. That cunt was one of the best in-ring technicians on the fucking planet. Do not fuck with Mongo. The fact that cunt is not a world champion, whoever was, a fucking disgrace. Rick Who, never fucking heard of him. Fucking dead set. Everyone that's anyone has sat down and studied Mongo for fucking years. The bloke's a fucking legend. The other bloke is not the Hall of Fame. Fucking the legends of football against fucking legends of wrestling. Easy 5-star match. Uncle Dave's a fuckwit. Just wouldn't give fucking Mongo his props. Fuck you. Mongo's the man. Hashtag justice for Mongo.
From True Story Thursdays, we salute you, Mongo.
Mongo for world champ. Fuck
Respect. Yeah, let's go, bro.
He just got in the NFL Hall of Fame, didn't he?
Yep.
I think he did. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I saw
The poor bloke, man.
He's it's not cancer, is it? He's got something else, like a.
I did see it today. I can't remember what it is, but the poor.
Yeah. He looks rough, poor guy. Like I've seen Flair going and visit him and posting videos. And
Yeah.
It's very sad.
He's got ALS.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was like it was like when Bobby the Brain got really sick, man. Like I remember there was a point where he couldn't speak and he was like, and I was like, man, that is just so devastating. Like it's horrible when you see that.
It makes me feel we're getting old too. I don't like that.
Well, it was the thing I saw the other day. It was like the heroes we grew up with, like Michaels, Undertaker, Rock, and they're all like, 50 plus now. And you're like, oh man, like shit.
I saw a funny meme today, and it was like when people see like, it was like when you see Cena and Rock at WrestleMania 40, and people say it reminds you of your childhood. When you sit there and go, yeah, where deep down you know you're a full blown grown adult when that went down, and I'm just like, but it's like when I talk to people and they go, yeah, like what really got me into wrestling when I was a kid, I saw the NXT invasion, like the Nexus, and I'm just like, I was about 30 something, bro.
I mean,
I remember Trauma sitting me down and going like, I got new VHSs in, and it's like Tiger Mask and Pegasus kids in the middle of like nowhere, and like, fuck.
That was one of the best moments though. Like going to the video shop on a Friday night, like going to Video Easy or Blockbuster, and then you'd find the aisle of wrestling tapes and.
Well, that used to be the best thing because we used to go to Trauma's house, and we were only little. Like I'm talking like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And but him and Greg and all these other guys just be swapping tapes back and forth and God knows what. But and like the amount of times we just go up there for the weekend and we'd be in, you'd just be watching the most randomest shit. So, like it was just so good. Like and just you'd be getting matches 6 months after the point. You're like, this is still awesome.
Yeah, man, it was so good. Like I remember the very first ever wrestling tape I ever owned was WCW Halloween Havoc 1998. Goldberg versus DDP. Sting versus Bret Hart.
Was it 97 that had that Eddie and Ray match? It's probably the best
Halloween,
thing since sliced bread.
Halloween Havoc 1997, match of the year.
Fuck, that was unreal. I just watched that again. I watched that again in hospital the other day, and I was like, fuck, this is unreal.
And it was funny, man. Like I had already known a little bit about WCW at that point, and I remember seeing DDP versus Goldberg, and it was the first time I saw someone counter the jackhammer, and DDP countered it into the diamond cutter, and I lost my mind and thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like,
it's amazing when you can work, isn't it?
Video Easy at Mount Druitt had tons of wrestling, bro. My Video Easy had like ECW, Eastern Championship Wrestling stuff from like '93. I had where they had the ECW. It had the show where the gangsters debuted, and also had the iconic like chair shot from Raven to Dreamer. Yeah, man.
Oh, shit, not heard around at all.
Oh, dude, I was a huge Buell McGillicuddy mark as a teenager, bro.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
But it was so. I remember that video easy. As it went out of business, they just started selling everything. I remember Nate going down there and just going, "Listen, bro, we're stocking." Literally bought enough shit and goes, "Now I'm literally eat, sleep, gym, and watching this shit for the next 6 months."
It's amazing what tape trading and like even early burnt DVDs trading was like in the early 2000s. Because here's a really cool story for you. So you'll fucking love this. I went to high school with a now signed AEW wrestler, and I was already wrestling at this point. And he comes up to me one day, and he's like, "Hey, Coyote," and I'm like, "Yeah, man." And he's like, "Have you seen Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi in Ring of Honor in 2005?" And I was like, "You know about Ring of Honor?" Like, because you know, in high school, you either no one really liked wrestling, or you know, you got bullied about it. And I was like, "Holy shit!" And he and I hit it up. And we had never spoken until this point. And he and I hit it off. And he's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about getting into wrestling training." I was like, "Man, come with me. I'd love to take you to the Gold Coast. We'll start training together and everything else." Ended up being Mark Davis. Davis and I went to high school together, and I got him into wrestling, essentially.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, and all because
and just through sharing shit,
Yeah, man, exactly right, man. Like, he literally came up to me and said, "Have you seen Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi?" And we hit it off. That was awesome, man. Like, that's one of the cool little stories.
That's crazy. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, did you guys see any of UFC 300?
I saw some highlights and stuff through TikTok and all that jazz, and like I saw the Holloway highlights, like the last 30 seconds of that fight. Good night, like,
dude.
Shit.
Like Max Holloway, when I saw that fight got announced, everyone was shitting on Max, like going, "Bro, like who did Max piss off?" And Max not only went in there and like dominated the fight and was winning the fight, he was just like walked center ring, was like, "Fucking let's go," and just bro,
wasn't it literally last second he dropped him?
Like it was the last 10 seconds, like it was the last. I think it was in the last minute. And it was like the most hectic fucking thing. But it's like, did you see the Alex Pereira fight?
No.
So Alex Pereira's fighting Hill. Hill throws a kick and it gets him. Herb Dean come in, and you just see fucking Pereira go, "Let me cook, cunt," and just go on. Same thing. Woof, and sends Hill the fuck out. Like he's gone out.
Yeah.
That was
wild, man. Yeah, because he went
built different.
It's crazy, man. Like, because he went to give him the 5 minutes for being kicked in the nuts, and he's like, "No, let me keep fighting." Is that the one that you're talking about, Piers?
Yeah. Because it gives them a 5-minute break when you get kicked.
Yeah, and he's like, "Nah, let me keep fighting," and that's crazy shit, man.
But just how he did it was like, "I'm good, brother. Just relax."
Yeah. I'd love to see it.
It was like, "Let me cook, brother," and he was just like, when he haboosh. Like that was one of the most savage knockouts. Someone got bit. No, that was $2.99. Someone got bit. Yeah, that was.
And then they got it tattooed. They fucking got the tattoo.
Dude, that is crazy.
And Dana paid him $50K for the first ever getting bit on the card or some shit. Like there was an extra. You actually got an extra bonus, like first time bit or something. Yeah.
So dude, I used to train MMA, and I remember once. In the gym I used to train at, right? And this is like one of the funniest things. Like the gym I used to train at, we went there and we had this guy come in to train, and he was a guy who was a little bit overweight, hadn't trained really before, claimed to be a BJJ black belt.
Oh God.
Came in and we're rolling jiu-jitsu. No, we weren't. We were doing Muay Thai training. And this guy comes in, he goes to the change room. We all get changed. We're on the mats, and this guy comes in and he walks onto the mats, and he's wearing Shogun Rua's shorts, goes up to the professor who is training and goes, "Oos." Shogun says, "What's up?" And all of us was just like, "He's gonna die." And like straight away, our professor coach was like, "You come here, let's roll." And he just fucking, he was like, "So you're a black belt? Yeah, where'd you get your black belt from?" He's like, "Oh, I got it in Brazil." And our coach is like, "Oh, really? Okay, cool." Like, all right, let's feel you out a bit. Starts rolling. This guy had never rolled, but like he was not a blue belt. He wasn't like, honestly, if he was a black belt, he bought that out of a Wheaties box. But just how he turned up, gut hanging out over these shorts, and just he's like trying to do like, "Yeah, what's up, boys?" Like, mind you, he walked into the gym, tap out shirt, like in 2000s, tap out shirt, tap out shorts, and we're just like, "Bro, this cunt is going." Like, he's all gear, no idea. That was the prime example.
One of my sort of favorite memories through high school, I used to train with the local cops at the PCYC in jiu-jitsu, sumo, amateur wrestling. I also was doing Muay Thai at the time as well. And we used to have like a troubled kids class like on a Friday afternoon. So it was like all the bullies and the kids that thought they were tough, that the troublemakers that needed to blow off steam would get a chance to roll around with the cops and like teach them defense and try to channel their anger and everything else in a positive manner. And I graduated high school in 2006, and I remember in February 2007, the sergeant rang me and he's like, "Got a new bunch of kids in. They're really unruly, just not listening. Can you come in?" And I was like, "Sure." And it was like one of those scenes in a movie, like they're all running around, being stupid, being silly on the mats, and the doors opened up, and I walked in, and everyone just went, "Oh fuck, it's Coyote." Like, I then spent like 45 minutes stretching these kids, putting them in like cross faces and arm bars, and they're like tap. Oh man, it was funny as fuck, because it was one of those moments that just all looked like, I've graduated high school, I'm no longer going to be there, and I'm just walking in, they've just gone, "Oh fuck."
Dude, I remember I used to have this coach that I would train with, and and it was a jiu-jitsu coach. First time I rolled with him, and this guy's a black belt, right? So I'm like fucking white belt, right? So I'm getting there, and for some reason I end up having his back. So I'm going,
"Oh wow, fuck!"
I've got my legs wrapped around it, I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, but the arm's going there, and he's like kind of blocking it, but not really. And then, like, I finally got it like that, and I'm put my hand under there to get the rear naked in, and he just went, "You good?" And I went, yeah, I think so. And he just went, "Okay, cool." Boom. And then, like, before I know it, I'm in a fucking armbar. Like, please, I said to him, I go, why did you let me get you in that spot? Like that? He goes, "Because I do that to myself." He goes, "If we're rolling, I'm going to fucking tap you in a second." Right. He goes, it's just what it is. Right. Like, I've been doing this 20 years. You've been doing this X amount. Like, I'm at a different level than you. And I went, okay. And he said, every time I roll someone, he goes, I get nothing out of rolling with someone who is a white belt, a blue belt, so for me, I put myself in situations that are hard for someone to get out of. So if you tap out me, brother, I'll take my belt off and give it to you. Like, but you should not be. He goes, "What happened is supposed to happen."
Yeah.
And he goes, "When you can tap out a black belt or you tap out a belt higher than you, straight away, you should have that belt. Like, you've earned it."
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. So it's good.
Well, I once tapped out a drug addict at Mount Druitt that wore a black belt at Kmart, so technically a black belt in Mount Druitt karate.
The best.
See, that's fair. It's like, I pinned Christopher Daniels, who's best friends with AJ Styles, so therefore I beat AJ Styles.
Yeah, that's right. And I hold a pinfall victory over TNT, which means I am the fucking man.
Yeah.
So, all right. So Akil, are you in the vegetable market?
Boys, I think the search is going to have to be called off. I can't find anything around here. I can find a lot of weed.
You were in fucking Amsterdam. You were in Amsterdam.
I can find a lot of weed brownies, but I can't find anything else. And I'm not going down that rabbit hole again. I'm not.
So, hold on a second. So instead of doing weed, which is like, it's a whatever.
You
It's
don't
just-
get it, bro. It's
You're prepared
chemistry.
to go and... Yeah, okay, bro. Fair
I get
enough.
it.
I love mushrooms. It's my
Oh,
regular
dude.
state.
So, one thing I want to like bring up, right? So, we're gonna get into like, I look, Coyote. I know this is a little bit triggering for you with
man.
with Tobias Hemmingsworth Jr. Right? Like, I know he gives you the irrits, and he does many people. But we do have a new episode.
I'm always keen to see what he wants to share, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
All right, so
This is a safe space.
I have
It
not
is.
seen. I have not seen this clip yet. Right, I've literally gotten home,
no.
put this up, so I have no idea what to expect. So
Oh,
let's
shit.
get in and hear from our resident veteran, Tobias Hemmingsworth Jr.
Hello there. I didn't see you walk in. My name is Tobias Hemmingsworth Jr., the 3-year Australian wrestling veteran and your personal professional wrestling etiquette coach. And this is example... Is it 6 or 7 or 8? 8. Number 7. This episode is dedicated to personal conduct and presenting yourself as someone who is a decent human being. Hence why I'm actually fully clothed. Take that for you, Paige. Anyway, so if anyone wants you to kind of change your look and not swear around people because there's kids in the crowd, and we want to be like a family-friendly event, just show them your nutsack like that. No, you got to pay for that, don't you? Too often in this world are we ridiculed for being ourselves. Too often in this world are we ridiculed for being a little funny, a little different, going against the grain, like the grain of your mum's tits. I'm not sure, but there's a lesson in there somewhere. Eat shit and die.
Some good things there.
Oh, so eat shit.
I
and die.
I didn't hear the advice.
I don't know what the advice was. I think that was just a statement, wasn't it?
I think he was
I
saying
think-
you should show your nuts if it's a family-friendly show. Is what we're saying? Something like that.
I think he's in a slow descent to madness. I think we're losing the veteran here.
Can we point out the fact that there was a pop culture sticker on the door and Tipping Point was on in the background?
Well, how many Canadian clubs did his cameraman fucking have? Because that was like fucking. That gave me like some sort of like weird fucking shock shit, bro. I didn't know what it is, man. But
His cameraman's like, this is lesson number 8, and then he's like, this is lesson number 7.
That's it. So don't let the promo guy tell you what to do. If it's in your ear saying it's WrestleMania 40, it's not. It's 38. It's whatever you want it to be. It's still WrestleMania 3 to me, damn it.
Yeah, you should just find like those clips of me reacting while those videos are playing, and just make it like a compilation of like Aiden's reactions to the advice. Because my god, some of the faces I was just pulling, I'm like, my god, it's like, why make it stop?
okay, so like he just. I don't know, man. He rubs people the wrong way. Like I get a lot of people message me saying like they want to beat the shit out of him. Like I find his advice just, just a wealth of knowledge. Like I think every young performer really needs to listen to him, bro. Like, and don't work those mud shows. Make sure you turn up. I said a word that just triggered torture. I think I just said mud show. So
Yeah, fuck. That's all I work, bro. Don't ask around. It's how we end up in places like this, apparently. Fucking idiot.
bro,
Wait, what?
let's talk about that, bro. What's going on?
What happened?
Nah. That's my problem to deal with first, and then I'll do it. Let me deal with it first, and then I'll air it.
Nah, fair enough, bro.
It's been a big bloody 2 weeks. Like bloody, like you boys know, bloody. I haven't really been near my phone. I've got to get back to a whole bunch of people. I'd rather be a man, buddy, and deal with something personally and then they're dirty laundry. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know what I'm like. I've got
That's fair,
issues with anyone with you guys. I go straight 2 years. I'm not willing to do that.
No,
Like I
fair
said,
enough.
the biggest thing
Of
is you've got to
course.
look after yourself. You know, that's the number one priority, man. Is taking care of yourself. Like you're currently going for an injury, which I can totally relate to, and I've said this to Piers many times. Like whenever you get injured, man, you find out who's really there for you, who's got your back, and you truly learn who is there for you in pro wrestling. So
100%. So for anyone that's not clued in, I've got 4. I worked a Wrestling Go show. They were awesome when everything went down. They were really good at getting me the medical attention I needed and everything and whatnot. I want to thank Trauma for actually convincing me to not, as I was trying to sort of no-sell it, knowing we had integrity this weekend, to go, go get it checked.
Yeah.
I've got 4 comminuted breaks in my right collarbone. So what it is, it's not clean snaps. They're completely like bang. So they're all little fragments just floating around.
Yep.
I went to do a move. It's a blockbuster, which Akel, how many times you buy? I picked Akel with it more times. Like I've missed
4 or
Akel with
5
it more
at
times
least.
than I can count.
Yeah.
I've hit everyone with this damn thing, and I'm pretty sure I've missed everyone with this damn thing at least twice.
100%.
I
It's
went to
rare.
do it. I went to do it. Something went wrong. It was my fault. I misjudged the amount of air and time that I thought I had. And I've come down and obviously I've broken the collarbone. I want to give a shout out to actually Scott Magnum. When it did go down and because I heard the break, the pop, the snaps. I heard it all. So when I turned around and just said, "Oh, you cover me," it was probably the safest cover I've ever been in. He got me out of there straight away. So shout out to Scott Magnum. I was meant to do something else after that. He just,
good shit.
sort of went, "No, okay," and got me out of there. And kept the match roll. And he put he got the match together and got it home. So shout outs to the bro for that. I appreciate that. There was a lot of reach out. Like, you boys reached out straight away. Like, Akel rang me from another fucking country in a whole different time zone at that point.
Yep.
Then,
awesome.
there was just a couple of inboxes where you could tell there was just hidden agendas behind that I didn't appreciate. Which obviously now that and not long after that, actually, after I just had a week of the collarbone, I ended up back in hospital with a abscess in my inner right thigh that I had to get surgically removed and everything else. I got released on Monday.
Brutal.
And once again, I've had great support through that. Like even TNT, like Greg messaged me the second day after, as soon as he knew. There was just obviously, it's not everyone. It's just I've got maybe 2 or 3 that I kind of, it could be me too. Like, when you're injured, you are in a bit of a lower place. And, like at the time I was bitter too. Like, I had a big spot at this integrity show that I no longer can do. Yeah. Like, I'm losing the house. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of things at that point were going on.
Totally understand that.
So it could just be me being a little bit, like I've got a thick as fuck skin. So it could be me being a little bit vulnerable. I took a couple of inboxes I got the wrong way.
Yeah.
So obviously I'd deal with that in my own manner.
Sure.
Before I go out and just publicly blow someone out of the water when I could have honestly just taken it the wrong way.
No, dude, I get it. I only said when I said mud show in your face, that's why I asked. There was no hidden agenda from my side.
I get it, because it was one of the things, it was one of the words that triggered me, because it's like, we call each other mud shows and we do all this and this, but yet we all use the same talent and no one's trainees coming through are better than everyone else's. And I'm going to go on record to say, because I've wrestled almost everyone's fucking trainees. I'm that guy. I'm the guy you bring in to get the rookie over. And I can tell you, no one's trainees are better than the others.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, everyone's green. Everyone needs to do what they got to do. But
and you never stop learning and growing in this industry anyway, man. Like, you're
100%.
always improving.
I mean,
I didn't wrestle after that. I have not wrestled since the injury. I want to try and get back up, but when I learned something was wrong, I was straight out.
Yeah, and that's the smart thing, bro, because it's like, and one of the things it comes down to, bro, is you have to put, and we had this conversation the other day, right? Yeah. And you see guys and girls that when they get injured, it kind of puts stuff into perspective for them in a lot of senses, and that's where the conversation is. And I don't want to air our private conversation here, bro, because that was something that we had there. But it's like, I think when you get hurt significantly badly, like Coyote did, like you did, a break that puts you on the shelf, unable to earn. You know what I mean? It puts a lot of things into perspective for you.
Yeah,
And
well, for me also too, like, and it's not one of them, you know, like, it's why, like, for instance, another bloke I want to shout out to, Brian Cannon, reached out, gave me a lot of advice, because even at this current moment, me coming back to wrestling with the extent of these breaks is a massive grey area. At this time, I'm still not cleared to not have surgery. And I'm a scaffolder. So that's my bread and butter. So that's even on the shelf. Like, if I end up, worst case scenario, which touch wood, the doctors reckon it's about a 50-50 at the moment. That was obviously before I was hospitalised and had needles hanging out of this arm and bloody everything else. It happened in a match, mate. Like, I was in the match.
Yeah,
it happened in the match.
It happened in the match. I got rushed to the hospital afterwards.
Yeah, and as soon as you realized you were hurt, you went home, bro. So, like, what do you want?
Look, it was silly me. I did, like, sit there, feel around and go, maybe I'm okay, maybe I'm okay. And I did go to, like, sit up. And then when I've sort of realized, okay, this isn't normal,
yeah,
I got out of there.
And that's what you do in that situation. Like, you work out if you can physically finish the match. So you would have been assessing yourself. Like, I was like, no, I'm okay. I haven't broken my ankle. I know what's up. You try to stand up and you're like, oh no, got to take it home. You've done the exact same thing. You assess the situation. You went into, and this is, again, it's like we spoke about recently, about assessing if you're injured, can you continue, and how you get out of it safely. You said yourself, you got pinned nice and clean, and you got the help you needed straight away.
Yeah, shout out to the, like, all the boys that Wrestling Go there. The locker room was really good in, like at the point, man, I couldn't get a shirt on. Like, boys were helping me get it. Like, 'cause at the point, like, pretty much where my arm is now is where it was, and it wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, and Trauma will vouch for this, it's just a theory of ours, but when Nathan was feeling around, he believes he may have even popped my shoulder back into place. But obviously we don't know. But, like, shout out to the boys. They helped me get out of my gear. They helped me get back into normal clothes. And, like I said, it was silly me. I drove away trying to nose sell it, thinking I just got a burner because I had a big opportunity coming up, until I think it was actually, funnily enough, I text someone saying, I think I'm hurt. I'll let you know how I pull up. And she's kind of went to me, you don't message me if you think you're hurt. Like, if you're messaging me saying you think you're hurt, you're fucking hurt. Go to the hospital. And it's like, yeah, you're probably fucking right.
You need someone that knows you like that. You know what I mean? Like, you are your own worst enemy when it comes to that. And I'm glad there was people around you at the show to be like, no, shut the fuck up, cunt, you're hurt. You know, because you needed that.
I'll admit it. Like, Akel's seen it. Like, I've wrestled matches where I think me and Akel were even a part of one where I was dropped on my head early and I don't remember a fucking thing, but still finished.
Yeah.
Like, there was another one where guys have, you know, like, I had other injuries and it's just like, we're going to finish, I'll fight through and do whatever.
Yeah.
But unlucky for me, this one wasn't one of them. Nah, you're not fighting through this one.
Yeah.
Dude, like, you know, I feel like wrestlers are their own worst enemies sometimes. And, you know, the whole thing is, and you look through the, like, professional wrestling, it's like, even when you're hurt, you got to finish the match. You know, famously, Triple H tore his quad, then it went in the Walls of Jericho thing, right? Dude, torn fucking quad, still finished the match.
Yeah.
Let's look and learn from the history of that, right? If you're hurt, you're injured, like, even to the point where, if you look at Australian wrestling, right? Where, like, if you're hurt, why are you going to go wrestle while you're hurt? If you're injured, why are you going to go wrestle when you're injured? Bro, you're just being a mark for yourself. Take the time off, go recover, and then come back, and then you're going to be able to wrestle at a much better level.
Let me play devil's advocate, right? Because I can only say, because I've just only recent, I'm here.
Sure.
So for me, when I was trying to no sell it, thinking I just had a burner, I had an opportunity that was coming to me that I've worked hard for 5 years.
I agree.
That for someone that's, like I said, I'm usually that guy that's let's come in, get the rookies over, but then suddenly, AWF took a shot at us. Then, Hunter Valley gave us the ball and ran with it. Wrestling Go were giving us an opportunity. Then Integrity come up and I was getting a big spot there. There was a lot of things that all the extra work, all that extra time in the gym and doing these extra things that me and Akel on a Thursday and stuff like that were going to come to fruition. So I really didn't, at the time, I didn't want to let that go, if that made sense. It was, I've worked so hard for this, I don't want to, I don't want to sell it. Like, it's bad, it's probably not wanting to sell it, but it's almost not wanting to believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this can't happen. Like, not now.
Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying with that.
You're
man,
denying
but-
it. You're in denial.
Yeah. But like, take it from me, for example, right? I totally understand where you're coming from, especially being injured. Like, I broke my ankle in 2013. I had my injury in 2018, which, I came back and wrestled in 2019, and then that led to my amputation and everything. The thing is, we always want to strive to make the next show, the next city, whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, at the end of the day, man, wrestling will always be there. And you can always still get those opportunities. Like, it may not.
Funnily enough, what you're saying to me now was the exact same advice that Cannon gave me.
Yeah, man.
It was wrestling will be here. If there's
Wrestling
one thing
will
Japan's taught him, it was patience.
Yeah, exactly right,
It'll
man.
be here, get yourself right, and then once you're right, and I think me and Akel have even spoken where it's like, if everything goes well and I get the itch again, Akel's someone I trust. I've been in the ring with Akel 101 times. I believe Trauma's put his hand up. TNT's also put his hand up as guys that are willing to go.
Yeah.
Like, we need to roll around. And these are guys, and that's not a shot at anyone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I came through training with Akel. I've wrestled Akel, pretty much my entire career, at least once a month.
Yeah, man.
I grew up with Nathan, grew up with TNT. These are guys I, specifically trust to know, not just like, I might be able to go and do something okay.
Yeah.
But it's, what do you call it? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Like I said, Wrestling Go was wonderful. They really looked after me and it all. And then, how do I explain it? Like, they're going to know if I'm hesitant or what's going on or something like that, just through repetitiveness of being in there.
Yeah, absolutely. See,
And they're going to know your style.
Yeah.
And sorry.
No, you're right, man. You're right. The biggest thing with this, man, like, you're currently injured, and I'm going to give you the advice Cannon gave me when I first got injured in 2013. Don't question why it happened. Don't question what did you do wrong. Keep your mind busy. Keep on the path. It's part of your journey, and what's going to happen next is up to you, because it is not determined what happens next. And, like, people always say to me, how the fuck are you so positive? How are you so, you lost your fucking leg because of wrestling. They're like, you took a year off. You didn't need to come back to wrestling. I came back in 2018, had this amazing run, and it was probably one of the best years of my career. Got injured, shit happened, which led to my amputation. But I've never once gotten down about, oh, fuck wrestling. Like, wrestling did that to me. I've never blamed anyone for the injury. I just knew it was all part of my journey. And, like, I just got my new prosthetics on Monday, which you guys saw.
Yeah.
And people are like, holy fuck, you're moving better than when you had two legs. Like, so, like,
how you were moving was amazing, bro. Like,
the range of motion, bro. Like, you pretty much got it right. I can't move like that.
I don't even walk that fast, bro.
Yeah.
And
But the biggest thing, man, is you're gonna have your hard days with your injury, absolutely, and I totally fucking get that. If anyone gets it, it's me. But you do not put yourself down. Don't go, what the fuck did I do to deserve this? Or why did it happen to me? Don't let those thoughts get into your head. And like, I know we're like still streaming and everything else right now. I'm fucking opening up and being like fucking straight up honest with you. You will keep your mind busy, you keep positive, you keep focused. Write down your fucking goals and be like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to overcome this. I will not let this stop me, change me, or define me. And you will overcome it, man. Because your mindset, if you have a positive mindset, you can overcome fucking anything. And I mean that from the heart, bro. Like I've been, would you guys shut the fuck up?
Yeah, bro. Video can't come quicker, so we can all do this properly.
Yeah.
But I am not gonna lie. As much as I love it, I did do one thing though.
Mm.
In my little meltdown, I went full Britney O'Step. The famous torture fucking man. He's gone. He's gone.
Leave Britney alone.
Fucking Britney 07 on him.
And that's fine. That's totally fine, man. But yeah, like.
But that was pretty much like what you're saying. I appreciate the advice because that was as much as like obvious. Like for me, I was like, man, my hair's dead. I need to bloody start again anyway. I even like laughing with I was even like saying to Akel, I said, I should just get someone to book a hairburst hair, buddy. I'll do the job. Cut it off. We'll just stick it down the shit. And buddy, I was sort of like, well, if I'm injured, here's to a new beginning.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of
absolutely, man. And that's the best thing to do, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, cheers, my man.
Yeah. But no, like that's the thing, man. Like it's all a fresh start. It's a new journey for you. Like, you know, if you said to me 4 years ago that I was going to become a full-time streamer and end up with where I'm at now, I wouldn't have believed you. I've been like, fuck, no way. I'd still be working pubs and clubs doing security.
Yeah.
And wrestling on weekends. Like, it's all part of the journey. It's like I am a huge believer in the quote of "There's no fate but what we make," and you know, it's all about the mindset and the way that you face things. And like, I've had surgeons and specialists and go, the way you are is why you are at the stage you are, because there are amputees out there and people who are in the same position as me who still can't walk on a prosthetic, let alone do what I was doing on Monday, you know, doing 360s, walking backwards. Like, you're not meant to be able to walk backwards on a prosthetic. Like, you're just not
really?
meant to. Yeah, you're not meant to be able to do it. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I think I already went like one of the first times I ever like met you. I think the first time we did a podcast, I was like, I said to you, I was like, I'm fucking blown away how positive you are, bro. Like, I'm dead set. If that what you went through was to happen to me, and I said this then, I was like, bro, I'd be like, oh fuck, like I don't know how I'd handle it. I really don't.
Yeah.
And if I could handle it half as well as you have, man, I'd be winning in life.
Thanks, bro. No, it means a lot. No, like. I definitely have my hard days, but like I'm so incredibly grateful to have like Em, you know, my fiance. She's helped me out so much and picked me up on those hard days. But you overcome it. You like fuck, like for example on Wednesday last week I hit 105 kilo seated rows. Like I'm back to training like crazy at the moment, and again it all comes down to mindset. Like it's you can overcome anything if you really put your mind to it, man. Like in front of me right now, like above my monitors, fuck, I'll do it live. Like I literally have these written on the wall. You didn't come this far only to come this far. Keep fighting. Don't be shit, and no fate but what we make. Like, I literally look at those every day before I stream. And then of course I got JDF up there watching over me.
Dude,
so,
I love that shit, man. I love that.
Like,
and that's a great thing. Like, and that's one of the things I will put over is the support system. And not only have I got in the wrestling world, probably like outside of it too. Like,
and it's so good
I'll shout out like my mum, my sister, and her boyfriend have been unreal. Like when things happened with the house, they packed up the entire thing while I was getting surgery in hospital.
Yeah.
My partner who's going to help us and take us in, and like, so I'm coming with 2 kids as well. Like, she's been amazing. Yeah. Even a couple of like my mates from scaffolding, that's literally when it happened. I said, "Oh, I got to move." It goes, "Oh, stay less." When? And they're legit already organised now. They're going to be here 7 o'clock. Yeah, there we go. Literally,
one of our lawyers
Sunday morning going, well, we're moving, we're doing lawns, we're doing the lot. You just tell us how it works.
Awesome.
I'm more appreciative of all. And to me too, like I think it's one of them things like what you said too. Like it shows that, you know, what goes around comes around too. Like I'm one of the first people that'll go if someone needs something. It's like, yeah, sweet, let's go. And, you
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
just see the amount of people, like, I'll take the late night phone calls of people that just want to go, what do you think of this spot or anything like that. And to see them type of people be the ones to kind of then put themselves forward too, it's a good feeling as well. You know what I mean? Just to know
man,
you got
absolutely. Like,
I mean,
it's. Sorry, please get
So I was just gonna say, dude, and it lets you know who, as Coyote said, it lets you know who your friends are as well. And it's like, dude, like you're my mate. Like the first thing I said to you was like, do you need groceries? Do you need anything for the kids? What can I do to help? And it's like the same thing. The rest of the boys were asking the same thing, like Sarge and all those guys. What do you need from us? Like, you know, and it's not an
is there anything I can do? Yeah.
Like someone's offering.
Don't get me wrong, like even just the like simple as like I'm laying up in a hospital bed and I might stand something stupid, but you take 10 minutes, half an hour to sit there and just talk rubbish. Like, you know what I mean? But that's half an hour while I'm sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah. Which
for me is a fucking weird thing. But you know what I mean? Like it was bloody, you know, that was enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's something that keeps your mind busy, bro, and it definitely needs to be.
But let's be fair here, people have got it worse than me, so let's move on to the next fucking thing.
So, guys, I wanted to talk about this. You see what happened in Bondi?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard about it. Yeah, I don't know a lot of details, but I've heard about it.
So I used to work for Westfields, and I used to be the risk and security manager for Westfields at Bondi Junction. So I wasn't a contract security officer. I actually worked directly for the parent company of Westfields, and I was based out at Bondi. And
so you worked for Sector Centre?
Sorry?
So you would have worked for Sector Centre?
Yeah, it's Central. But, yeah, and dude, that was kind of like when that shit went down, like me and my wife are sitting there and she's like, wow. She's like, I am so fucking glad you don't work there anymore. And I said, well, you should also be glad. She goes, what's that? I said, because if that shit was happening, my role is to be the on-site coordinator and to make sure everyone in that building is fucking safe. So I would have
been that person too now. Like your conscience, bro. Like
of the cop, or you mean?
Everyone involved. Imagine sitting there going, it's your job to make the shopping centre safe, and that happened. Like, imagine being the cop and you were like, you know, like normal day at work going, I'm just going to quickly grab a coffee, and you don't realise what's happening 2 floors above you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just second guess everything you do, and it'd just be a shit spot. It's not included, like, you know, that's someone's son, or it could be someone's partner, or anything that's had their life taken tragically.
When you're in a public situation like that and you work around the public in a situation like that, you're exposed to a lot more than what you would be in a role similar to what I was doing there if I was doing it for a organization which was something completely different. And when I was there was 2 suicides. I basically at one stage stopped a guy from jumping off the railing. I've talked another guy off a railing. You know, and to be honest, that sort of shit, bro, like you you just sort of remember your training in that sort of instance. And what happened on Saturday was horrific, bro. And I'm not like, I can't even imagine how I would have handled that situation or even been there and just being able to have that. Like, it's so challenging. That would have been just the most ridiculous, wildest, just shocking thing for someone to go through. And man, like, bro, to stab a fucking baby. Like, we're all dads here, man. Like,
yeah, man.
Fuck,
that
like,
one hit me. That one hit me. I came home and probably hugged my kids a little tighter when I got home from hospital that day. That one hit me.
Yeah. And the mum that died, like, it's one of those things, bro. Like, these incidences happen, and it comes down like mental health. I'm a big advocate for mental health and everything like that. And I'm going to say this, when it comes to mental health and you become down and you feel like you want to take action, it's one thing to affect your life. But when you're going out and you're doing things that cause a threat to other people, that's when I think you need to be institutionalized. And that's where I think that we need to be better as a society when it comes to mental health, but also looking at like, okay, cool. It's one thing. Okay, cool. Yeah. You get a little bit down, you get a little bit blue, which is okay to get depressed and down and blue and all that sort of stuff. Go and take care of that sort of stuff. But when you're a risk and a threat to the general public, there needs to be something done better. It really does.
100%. And especially like my Em and I, my beautiful fiance, we've spoken about this many times with all sorts of domestic violence, women not even be able to go out for a walk at night and the safety of women and stuff like that. And it's when people go, oh, but it's not all men. No, but it's men that have caused this and have caused these situations, and women are not safe, and it's fucking horrible. Like, these poor women cannot even do anything and be in fear of just walking down the street. Like, and it's horrible, man. Like, the system is so broken when it comes to mental health, protecting women, like everything. And it's really messed up. Like, it was funny. Like, Em showed me a TikTok the other day after the incident happened, and it was like about toxic masculinity, and people are like, why didn't any guys jump on the dude that had the knife? And I turned around to her and said, look, honey, my uncle, who you know, and he is a second dan black belt in ninjutsu, and I trained with him. And I remember when we did knife training and stuff, and his words were, if anyone ever pulls a knife, leg it. He's like, it does not matter how well you are trained, no matter how good you are at martial arts, in a knife fight, you're gonna get cut. It's
100%.
It's not worth the risk of you risking your life to potentially save under. I totally get the hero side of that, and if there's like a group of guys, maybe, but you're still going to get cut in that situation, and it's horrible.
Have you ever had a knife pulled on you?
Fuck yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So like, I remember I was 18. I've had knives, guns, syringes at one stage. I had a guy. I was 18 years old working King's Cross back when King's Cross was King's Cross. I'm talking 2000, right? Actually, I think I might have been 17 working security illegally. And I was on this back door in the middle of the cross. This guy comes up, hoodie over, just walks straight up to me out of nowhere, pulls out a blade like that long, right? Like that. Shit. Just comes up, grabs me like that, and puts the knife right to my throat.
Oh, Jesus.
And I can feel, and it cut me slightly. I was bleeding because it was that sharp. And he just looks at me and goes, "You want to die, you cunt, for what you guys did to me?" And I was just like, my only reaction was, I just went, "Brother, this is my first night here. Think smart." And I go and look up. There's CCTV. And he, fuck. And he ran. Dude, when you're in that situation, like I've been in situations before where I've acted just on instinct, and I look back and go, fuck, why'd I do that? That was one instance where I was just like, I am so glad I didn't, react to that sort of shit. It gets, as men, you say, yeah, I'd fuck him up, or I'd do this, I'd do that. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you would do when you're in the situation because you've never been in a real fucking fight. And most of the people who say, I would do this, I would do that. You've never been in a real fucking fight. You've never been in a situation where people have a gun to your fucking head or a knife to your throat. And I'm telling you, me and Coyote, prime examples, we have. I was 15 and I had a gun put to my fucking head when I was a teenager at a party, bro. Like, dude, like, don't fucking talk that shit to me, bro, because it's like, in reality, you talk that big shit, but if you're in that situation, you piss your fucking pants. You would piss your fucking pants, bro.
Like, I remember, I'm not.
And I don't even want to say what I said when that gun was pulled on me, bro, because I was a 15-year-old fucking moron that I look back at 41 and go, fuck. What the fuck? Like, what? I could have died that night.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say it because I don't want to fucking glorify it because I was a fucking idiot.
No, well, that's like, for example, I won't name the company I was working for or anything else. I was fresh 18. And that was the first ever experience I had of a gun pulled on me to rob the place of wherever I was working.
Yeah.
And that's where I've like you said, your training comes in on point.
Yeah.
But like I can still remember to this day the look on these like 13, 14-year-old kids' faces when I've had to lock them in a dumpster room and they don't know if they're going to see me again.
Yeah.
Just over money. Like there's no, like, it's a whole different kettle of fucking fish, which is why I put over things like the police force and our defense force and stuff, because, you know, this is a whole different kettle of fish. This person that day legit had my physical life in their hands, but also probably had a lot of mental well-being of another 10, 13 people, 13 kids that would have been stuck in there till something come up and they not knowing what's going on.
Bro,
You know what I mean? Like that's, and so for these, and back to our original topic where there was a copper that ended up having to do something that resulted in this bloke's life also being taken, I believe.
Yeah. And she's got to live with that now, like. You know,
but that's right. Now she's got to live with the fact that she just went. You know, she's went to work and she's now got to go home and realize she's taken someone's life.
Yeah.
Like yes, she was doing the right. Like yes, she did what she did to have to save the public, but that's still a
still got to live with that
thing. Yeah. That's right.
And bro, and the thing is, like, for her, she woke up that morning, you know what I mean? When she's having a morning coffee, she wasn't expecting that. And what? It doesn't matter what the rest of the country or her superiors, co-workers and peers, not me, but her work peers, are going to pat her on the back and say, you're a fucking hero. She doesn't feel like bro, like she doesn't feel like a hero, bro. Like she really does. And you know what? If you're a sane human being, even if you have a fight on the street or you hurt someone in a fight, you don't walk away from that and actually deep down go, yeah, fuck that cunt. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. You don't like. No. Sane people don't think that way. You have that remorse afterwards going, what the fuck? Or at least anyone with half a brain.
Yeah. And Sarge nailed it on the head with his comment there about like men between the ages of 30 and 45 have so much emotional trauma, damage from us growing up because of the way our parents, you know, disciplined us. It's fucked, man. Like we spoke about this in the group chat, man, about like, you know, you see people smack their kids and you're like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's that same thing, man. Like guys, there's always this stigma of men going, hey, I'm having a really hard day. Like I need to talk to someone because they're so afraid for being judged, being bullied for it. Like, fuck, it's okay to have those bad days and go, guys, I'm having a really shit day. Can I please talk to you about this? Can we talk about it? And without people going, you're being a fucking pussy, man up. Like, fuck that. Like, this is...
Dude, you know what? I agree, and it comes down to it. One of the things I am going to probably say that is probably going to be a little bit something that most aren't going to agree with. I think as men in this society, it's okay to feel down. It's okay to be blue. I know I've had conversations with both of you guys over the last, 6 months about my mental health, you know, about 6 months ago, what I was going through. And, you know, it's one of those things. It's okay. It's okay to cry. And one of the things that I don't do and I haven't done is I don't show that emotion to my wife. And I'll explain why. Like I will cry in front of my boys. I will cry in front of like my family and friends. But the people I will not ever shed a tear in front of are my kids and my wife. Now, my wife, I'll explain. I'm of the belief that your wife, your woman, the queen of your world should never look at you and see you in that situation. And I think because what it comes down to, women will say, no, you can come and do that. But deep down, they want a protector. They want that masculinity to be able to protect them, to be able to provide and all that, because that's what it comes down to. Now, for me, I know I just think that when your wife, your partner, when she looks at you, she needs to look across and up. As soon as you cross that barrier, she's looking across and down and she's looking at someone going, is this man broken? And that maybe that's, I'm a little bit old school. I know, like, I'm a huge supporter of mental health. You know that, but this is just,
for sure,
dude. I went through something horrific when my wife was pregnant with with our eldest.
Yeah.
And something horrific happened. I lost a very close person to me unexpectedly at a very young age, and it was someone very, very close. And I was dealing with their family. I was doing, and it was like days of dealing with this. And then on the Saturday, she was in the shower and she walked out of the bathroom, and I was so emotionally wrecked. I had collapsed. I was in our room, and I was just in the fetal position, tears coming down my eyes. That door opened. I didn't even hear it. She walked in. She's like, "Babe, you okay?" I went, "Yep." Stood straight up, and I walked straight out the fucking door. Straight out the fucking door. Because I was like, I'm not going to let my pregnant wife see me like this, worry about this, and think that I'm this, that I can't step up to the plate when bad shit happens. But in reality, looking at it, I was mourning, and I hadn't had a chance to, but I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. And like, I also, I do agree about the whole, masculinity of being a protector and stuff like that. Your partner wants to know that you're there for them, or like if shit goes down, you're going to be there to support them. Like you guys have seen me talk to you about like being a provider and feeling like I'm letting my family down because I can't provide, or situations like that. But and I totally get where you're coming from about making sure that your wife or partner knows that you've got their back, that you can defend them, you can protect them. But at the same time, they want to know that you can be open and emotional and tell them what's going on, so they can actually help you too. Like, I've learned so much about myself and everything that I went through that was, I had the blinders on sort of thing, and Em's going, "Hey, this is not okay. The way these people are treating you, this is not all right." Like, and it's a huge learning curve especially when you're taught like you're not allowed to show emotion, or as kids we get told, stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah.
The fuck, like, it's one of those situations where we've all been taught, and we're breaking those cycles now of like with our own kids that, hey, if you're having a bad day, come talk to dad or mum. Like, it's okay. It's safe to speak to us and not be in fear of being judged or anything like that. It's crazy, man. Like, it's one of those hardest things because, you look back on it and go, shit, why did that happen? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, yeah, man. But no, it's crazy.
It like my wife got me to like address a lot of my shit. Like before our youngest was born. I think my daughter was a newborn, and I was working a high pressure stress job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and she said to me, like, I mentally was fucked.
Yeah.
And I never let her know about my mental health. And she's like, there's something like you need to get help. And she's like, there's stuff going on that you don't share with me. You need to talk to someone. She's like, you provide, you do all these things, but when it comes to like what's going on inside your brain, I see that you're upset about something, I'll ask you, and you're like, I'm all good. And she's like, I don't want my kids to have a father like that shuts off. So she's like, you need to deal with this or you're going to lose us.
Yeah.
And I just went, well, I love my family. And that was the whole catalyst of me going, I need to sort out what's going on. And going and finding someone to talk to and stuff like that. My first session going and talking to someone was literally me going, they go, so what do you want to talk about? And I was like, I don't know, what do you want to talk about? What's bad? And he's like, I didn't try. Like, bro, I come from the old school. I come from a very like hard-nosed area that I grew up in, bro. We don't fucking put that out there. So it's taken me a while.
Yeah, and it's because of what we've grown up in. Like, the three of us are all in that 35 to 45 age bracket, and we all grew up with the old school, like, you fucking get punched, you stand back up and keep going forward and don't talk about it. Like, you put it behind you and keep moving forward. Just because you put it behind you doesn't mean it's fucking there. Like, it's
for real.
It's something that you need to unpack, and it's okay to unpack it and talk to people. Like, it's like, in my teens, man, I was in a very, very dark fucking place. Like I used to get severely bullied in primary school, like because I was taller than all the other kids, I was bigger than the other kids. I used to get bullied really fucking bad, and I actually got diagnosed with depression at the age of 13.
Jesus.
And because I came from a broken family. My sister passed away when I was a young kid. I went through some shit as a kid, and then to the point where I was 17 years old, and I tried to and it.
Fuck.
Oh, dude, it was crazy, but it took a long time for me, and also like wrestling was a big thing that helped me find what made me happy in life and realize that you take that bullying and all that sort of stuff and turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
But it's again, it's okay to talk about that sort of shit and go and pass on those experiences, like and say, look, this is what happened. People are like, are you fucking serious? But you're so positive, yet you were going to do that. And it wasn't the fact that I wanted to do it. It was the fact that I not to get all deep and dark and shit, but like,
no, you're good, bro.
The reason I stopped, man, was because I was like, I didn't want my family to find me.
Yeah.
I didn't want them living with that burden, like, and it was a big thing for me to address my mental health then. And like I've never been on antidepressants or anything like that. I've spoken to doctors and all that sort of stuff, and I like still to this day, like as I've said, I have my bad days with everything that's happened in my life, and everyone has their bad days.
Yeah,
but it's how you face those challenges and how you overcome it. And like anyone that's having a bad day, like you don't know if someone's got mental health. Like the happiest person in the world, like we'll use Robin Williams for example. No motherfucker on this planet would have ever thought that Robin Williams had severe depression and went down the path that he did. Yeah. And it's because of this fucking toxic, horrible thing that men aren't allowed to talk about what's going on in the world,
Well, I feel like that's changed over the last few years, and it's definitely changed. Like for the good. Like I feel like the fact that three guys, pretty rough and tumble kind of gentlemen, I'd like to call us, but like, you know what I mean? Like we can have these conversations on a fucking Thursday night in front of our live audience,
in front of the world, man. Like, yeah.
And everyone is just like sitting here and just taking it in, bro. And
yeah, but you couldn't do that 10, 15 years ago, though.
Nah, bro, not at all, man.
It shows how much the world's changed, and it's changed for the better.
I think the world has just evolved and just become a better place, man. And when it comes down to it, you've got to take care of your mental health. And it's like the prime example is when you're sick, what do you do? When you get a cold, what do? You take medicine. You go see a doctor. When you break your collarbone, what do? You go and you get it checked out. If you're not feeling right here,
reach out.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong to go and get it checked out. To go and talk to someone. Like when we grew up, it was like, oh, you talk to a psychiatrist. Oh, you're a bit of a whack job.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Yeah. And
like the thing is, like, because I was a teenager and I grew up I was a teenager of the 90s, so I was a fucking grunge head. I was it was depression and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, you have depression, you're not the full quid.
Yeah,
Can you just be normal? Like,
fuck being normal, man. I've built my entire life around being not normal. Like, fuck normal. Like,
Look, I agree with Adam here. Like he says, in some aspects it's been good, in some aspects it's been shit house than ever. Yeah, look, I agree, but with what we're talking about, I feel like it's changed for a positive way. Has it made people, do you think, softer in a little bit? Yes, in certain degrees. Like I believe we should all talk about it as well. But there's also people that are just like, you can't help.
No.
There's people you can't, like, They need
Yeah.
professional help that you can't give that to them. As
Yeah,
much as you want to listen to them, give them advice, you don't do that.
But you can't help someone. You can't help someone that's not willing to help themselves. That's always been a big thing that I've learned. Like someone will not change until they are ready to change themselves.
No.
And you can be there helping, supporting, and do as much as you can, but essentially it's going to fall on deaf ears until that person is ready to go, right, fuck, let's go. Like it's time to change. Like, and even then, it's not just some light switch that go, it's there for years, if not life. Like you find the ways to deal and adapt and overcome it. But yeah, I've always been a big believer in things don't change unless you make them change. But taking the steps, just reaching out to people going, hey, I need to talk. You can do that now. And again, like you said, that's one of the big things that has changed over the last few years is that stigma of speaking out and asking for help. Like, it's okay not to be okay. Like,
yeah.
Well, I think it's changed a lot in just like from my personal experience. Like I say, it's changed a lot in just 5 years.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Like,
yeah, for real.
Without giving too much away, but I went a little quiet because Coyote got me a little close to home there.
Oh, sorry, bro.
No, you're all right. No. So, obviously, we know I'm divorced and whatever, but that was probably the rock bottom for me at that point in time. And I was a 23-year-old, maybe probably 23, 4-year-old kid. I didn't have the support network I do now.
Yeah.
I made a silly decision, which I will shout out now by name, Tyler Madoka. That day, I love the bro, saved my life that day from something I was going to do.
Yeah, right.
I used to work at Heights, you can figure the rest out. And even back then, it was sort of like, just had a moment of weakness. I hid behind the bourbon, gambling, hid behind anything I could, not worried about it. Yeah. But then, like something when my collarbone happened, and I had my partner there, I was comfortable, like just through that evolution, I was comfortable enough to actually cry and show emotion there and not feel judged. Because back then, that's how you felt. You felt judged.
Yeah.
Like, even when I talked about it, it's like, I made a mistake. It wasn't like I've made a lack of judgment or I've got something got the best of me. It's still a bad thing for me now. I still call it a mistake. And how do I explain? But yeah, like even just in 5 years, where like as I explained earlier, I wouldn't have thought you got that 5 years ago. The support I've gotten this week.
It's yeah, no, it totally makes sense, man. Like I remember watching a motivational video a couple of years ago now, and the guy's like, "Oh, I had a bad day," and the speaker turned around and said, "You didn't have a bad day. You had a learning day. You learned how to overcome something, and that's what we do. We learn and adapt and move on from that, and we process it. And it's a cool way to look at it when people go, oh yeah, I had a bad day, but I learned this about myself, or I learned how to do this, and it makes you better for the next day. And it's awesome that we can sit here and share this sort of stuff with each other, and there's no judgment. Like, how fucking good does it feel to be able to have three guys here, bearded, badass gentlemen, sitting here and going, hey, man, this is my feelings. This is what's happened in my life. And none of us are going, toughen up. Come on, princess, drink some cement. Like, fuck that. It's good that we can actually, sit down and talk about this sort of stuff. And
dude. Awesome. It is, man. It definitely is. And I feel like the fact that we can have this platform to do like some funny shit, some cool shit, some serious conversations, some like, I don't know, heat, if you want to call that, whatever that we try and get sometimes. But the fact that we can come here on a platform like this and on a Thursday night, and Coyote on your platform as well, and be able to give people a little bit of enjoyment in their life. You know what I mean? To bring a smile to them. I'm sure there's people out there, they're our haters, our detractors, and stuff like that want to try.
They're our biggest fans.
Hey, bro, we appreciate you tuning in because we know you
Well,
watch all
that's
the.
half the reason. Like for me, that's half the reason I wrestle. Like if I we all have our days, but if I can take away everyone's feelings just to enjoy themselves, even if it's they hate my goddamn guts and they're bloody jumping for joy when bloody I don't know, TNT finally gives me the detonator, they're jumping for joy and whatever else. If I can take you away from it for 10, 15 minutes,
that's it, man.
I'm happy. I've done my job.
Exactly right.
Dude, we all know, like, and I think I've told this before. Josh Tattersall, who's a huge fan of the podcast, he during the pandemic, he reached out to me, and I was doing an Instagram live. He wanted to jump on, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm so excited to talk to you." And he's like, "I have to tell you this. When I was on life support, he goes, I could barely talk." And he said, they said, "What can we do for you? What can we get?" And he goes, "I just went YouTube, Piers Austin." And he said, "You saved my life." And bro, like, I was like, dude, I'm just a fat fuck that talks shit on the internet, bro. Like, you're a warrior. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't understand the impact that I had.
No.
And when you get people that message you and go, "Hey man, like, you give me a smile on days that I don't have anything to smile about."
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what kind of keeps me going.
It's the best thing, man. Like if I can share this with you, I got a message on Twitch the other day, and it says here, "Hey Coyote, my mum's this person, and she showed me what you do. I've been following you for some time, and I'm gonna try and start streaming again. It would be really cool if you could follow me." Like,
hey man,
that sort of shit's really cool, man. Like I know this person, and like, you know, and it's awesome shit when you get that sort of, you know, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like that amazing feeling of that you're helping someone or you're making someone smile. Like I remember I remember Supernova 2017. I had actually taken pretty much all of 2017 off wrestling because at the time my ankle was giving me a lot of issues, so I took the time off. And at Nova, I always had my regular fans at Supernova, and I was there chatting away because I wasn't wrestling. I had no intention.
Who they were.
Like I had no intention of wrestling that weekend, but I always took my gear with me in case like I needed a spot or whatever. And I feel the back of my shirt get tugged, and I turn around and see this little kid there who I had seen from previous Supernovas, and he's like, "Oh, Coyote, it's so good to see you. Are you wrestling this weekend?" And I said, "Oh, unfortunately not, buddy. You know, I'm having some time off." And he starts crying, and I'm like, "What's wrong, buddy? What's happened?" And he's like, "I was meant to go to my mum's this weekend, but I chose to stay with my dad so I could come to Supernova and see you wrestle." I literally looked at Greg and said, "Can I wrestle?" He's like, "Yes." I instantly went and grabbed my gear, and I wrestled. Like,
hey, I'm gonna say that like publicly on here too. Shout out to Greg. He does a lot of people, everyone likes to have what they say and everything else. Fuck it, I've known the cunt for fucking 15 years. I'm gonna go and say it. A lot of he gives a lot of people a chance that wouldn't get a chance anywhere else.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Like whether that would be people with mental disabilities, people with I've seen people with physical disabilities. Like for God's sake, he took on me and trauma, and as we all know, by God, we are not the easiest people to try and go be serious. This is what we're learning, and he dealt with us for 6 months fucking straight for 5 days a week. Like if that don't drive you insane, nothing fucking will. So I'll put him over there, like the stuff he does, like and just something as simple as that, seeing that genuine reaction instead of going, "Oh, I don't know." It's just, get your gear, we work it out later.
Yeah, exactly, man. It was awesome. Like, and like I first met Greg at Supernova 2007, and then I worked every single Supernova up until 2019. Like, whenever they were around, like I did Perth, I did Gold Coast, I did Brisbane, I did Sydney. Like, fuck, wrestling at Sydney Supernova.
We used to do the
Sydney Nova was fucking epic.
Sydney. Damn right you did Sydney.
Yeah. Like, it was awesome, dude. Like, and fuck yeah. Like, TNT was always good to me, and Greg has always checked in on me and sent, well wishes. And no, man, like he used to book me regularly for AWF, and
did he pay it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't think great people love it.
No, he looked after me. Like I'll be honest, he always looked after me. You know, always loved getting Gregged. For those who have know that terminology, it was always good getting Greg. Bah! I think it was Crackerjack that told me that terminology. Oh, you got Gregged. But no, man. Like,
It's so sad.
yeah.
I haven't been Gregged yet.
You haven't been Gregged?
No,
Man.
he's always looked after me. He's always I've wrestled him on numerous occasions.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, like he's one of the guys I've actually got chemistry with in a ring.
Oh,
like funnily with like
he and I always had a lot of fun.
People don't realize how good he is.
Akel, I had a lot of like going through like my first couple of years, like they were always seemed to have chemistry. Like even I remember a Yo Loco show. This was hilarious. I did a Yo Loco show, and I was a little bit banged up because I was fully invested. So I was a bad guy at the AWS shows, and I was at the time trying to play face at Yo Loco. And I was saying, and because I can do certain stuff when I'm lighter, I was like, I needed to cut weight 1 week, and then the second week put kilos back on, and it was starting to drain me. And I was like picking the kids up and stuff on that day. I said, man, I'm really struggling. Like, can you help me out and like just give me something easy? He goes, yeah, I'll wrestle you. Don't worry, we'll go 10. Just be a bad guy today. I'm like, beautiful, not a drama. And we didn't talk about nothing. And I remember my entrance music started playing. I said, what are we doing? He goes, we're doing the best of 3. See you out there. Which obviously, like wrestling term, like we know what the best of 3 is. Like, so then we just went out there, and he pretty much the first guy to ever call anything in there. And I was bloody like, this is ridiculous. And he looked after me bloody awesomely. But he's one of them guys I had chemistry with.
Yeah.
Hey, man, huge shout out to Greg. Huge shout out.
Yeah.
But guys, we have been going for almost 2 fucking hours.
Let's go.
Which is crazy. I think it's time for us to sort of ride off into the sunset.
Good.
But before we do, we're so excited with our new sponsor. We're so excited to be part of the Jericho family. We definitely have Coyote there rocking it. I've been rocking this all fucking week.
And I'm coming to get mine Saturday.
I'm bringing some in. So let me tell you guys about Jericho Australia. Jericho Australia is veteran-owned, Australian handmade, looking after all your beard care needs. God, I need to get that out, including oils, butters, balms, shampoos, conditioners, and much, much more. I'm telling you now, guys, I swear by this stuff. I've been using it. I do not plug sponsors I do not wear or do not use. So guys, go and check out Jericho Australia. Check out their amazing beard oils, their beard shampoo and conditioner. I'm telling you now, if you have facial hair, you need this in your life. My beard has never felt so nice, smooth, and soft. Trust me, your women will be thanking you. And at your final checkout, use promo code TRUESTORY to get 15% off. That's right, guys. You'll save 15% off using promo code True Story. Do yourselves a favor, get amongst it, be one of a Jerichoholics, and go and check him out. Use that promo code. Trust me, you will not regret it. Gentlemen, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. This has been an amazing conversation. I appreciate you guys. I love you boys. And
see you Saturday, motherfuckers.
Hey
guys, all the best on Saturday.
Make sure you go and check it out. We're going to be there in attendance. So if you want to come say hello, get a photo with Torture, myself. That other Mark Akel will be overseas, but I'm sure there'll be a bunch of other guys as well. So make sure you come out, come say hello. We'd love to talk to you guys and check it out. Also, guys, I believe Coyotes is going to be streaming in the next 15, 20 minutes after he takes a tea break and a debrief break. But go and make sure you're following Coyote over on Twitch. He's an amazing streamer working incredibly hard. Make sure you throw some, you guys like to support us. Make sure you go and support Coyote. Throw some fucking bits his way, bitches.
And who knows, I might even make an appearance on his account one day. I'm fucking got nothing to do.
We can line it up, brother. We can line it up.
Playing Coyote's Twitch. But guys, until next time, I appreciate you boys so much. Love yous all. Till next time, take care. All the best. Peace out, bitches. True Story Thursdays, greatest podcast in the world.